stinks. And it's definitely not the smell of Slurry. Oh, should have known. Bailey again. Oh, it's stench. Let me open this back window. Or maybe not. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna be in so much trouble when this video goes up. Good morning everyone, and welcome back to the channel. This morning, she's a damp one. She's definitely a damp one. But if we cow in here for AI, I'm just gonna let her out. Then we're gonna go off and try to sow some fertilizer today, but I don't know if we're gonna be able to sow any fertilizer. It's very wet. So we'll get the girl out. She's after being served. So yeah, we'll just put her down in the field here and close her in. I'm just trying to debate whether I should sow any fertilizer today. The sower's sitting there in the yard and it's soaking, so that's not good either. It's just hard to know. I really have a couple of paddocks that I really have to sow. I haven't been sowed in quite a while, and I'd see it on them. I just know compared to the rest of them that they aren't growing, so that's not good. You need to keep that topped up all the time. So that's them all happy, all closed in for the day. Keep them going now for a little while. Yeah. But you can see these paddocks here, they're all growing nicely. There's a paddock was just grazed last night and the day before as well. I can see the bit that was pre-grazed the night before and it's already coming back. So I'll top that today, but I'll not top it very tight. I'll just take the heads off the early seeded grass and yeah, and it'll be flying again. But we need to get a bit of fertilizer on the ground today, and I'm just wondering, is it worth taking the sower out and sowing it today? And I really do want to get it done, but it's just not weather for it. If it was in the ground, it's perfect weather, but it's just getting it sowed is the main thing. My topper doesn't have a lid, which would be absolutely great if it had it. But I'm just looking to see how wet are you. It's soaking. I really don't know, and it seems to be getting heavier and heavier. It just doesn't seem to be going to ease today either. It seems to be given that for the rest of the day, but it's a lovely growing day. It's a great day, but it's just, I'd like to get that on the ground. I don't want to destroy it at the same time. Dilemma. Okay, so new plan. I'm going to go in here, jump on the case and top this field first, and hopefully it may clear up, and if it does clear up, then it'll be a good opportunity then to get the sower going. And I can put the leaf blower on the sower and I'll dry it out in a few minutes. I've done that several times before. If it just quit raining for a few minutes, it'd be grand till I get up to the co-op and get a ton of fertilizer. But it's not looking like it's going to do that. Soaking outside. There's no point in me trying to take a sower out now. I don't think I'm going to get a sow today, but I might be able to go up in the trailer and get the fertilizer. That way I'll have it, and maybe tomorrow Sunday it might be a bit drier and get it into the ground. But I do want to get it into the ground as quickly as possible. I would have liked to get it done yesterday. Yeah, I was away most of the day and I couldn't get it done. So just stop for a second. You might wonder why I've stopped, but there's a little spot here that's kind of special to us all, and that's why every time I'm passing it I have to stop. I'm a dog person. I love my dogs. My family love dogs and I've always had a love for them. But about a little more than a year ago we had a rough collie, same as the dog we have now, Bailey. Yeah, she's kind of a lassie type collie, and unfortunately she passed away. This is where she's laid to rest. She's a great dog, thought the world of her. I actually found her in an abandoned building and she wasn't in great condition. So we had two dogs already and I really didn't want another dog, and so I left her in the pound, but I felt really guilty when I did it, because I had her for about a day before the pound would take her, and I wasn't right home in the house till I actually rang, and I actually told them that I wanted her. She was about 9 months old, and I said I was going to take her and give her a good home. Because they said chances of her getting a home was pretty slim that time, because they were just packed with dogs. I know she probably would have found a home, but I just couldn't take that risk. So I took her home. It was Christmas time, and she spent 15 real good years with us. We had great times with her. I like that breed. That's why we have Bailey as well. Bailey is the exact same type of dog. They have a great personality. I love their personality. Every one of them's unique. We've had 3-4 of them breeds, and each one of them have lived great lives. They've lived to at least 14, 15 years old. So Star was just gone 15. She was healthy, but unfortunately she lost the power in her legs, and there was nothing we could do. She was on several different types of treatment and things, and it got to the stage where she just could barely walk, and it wasn't right. It wasn't going to ever get cured. So we had to make the really, really tough decision to put her to sleep. The kids were at school, and my wife went to work, and I told my wife what I was going to do, but I didn't tell the kids because they were going to be devastated if they knew that was what was going to happen. So the vet came out. It was all really well done. It's just instant, unfortunately, but it still didn't take away the feeling we got after it. But look, it's one of those things. But she will forever be remembered. She's in our hearts, and she was one of them good dogs. Unfortunately, that's just life. So what I'm actually going to do is I've changed my mind completely. I am going to actually slurry the field that I was going to fertilise. It's raining quite nicely, and do no harm. Just a couple of tanks of slurry on it, and that'll at least get it moving. And then on Monday morning, this is Saturday now, so on Monday morning then, hopefully a bit drier, and we get out and we get it sowed. It saves me running up and down with the trailer and things like that. I really don't want to be putting fertiliser in my trailer, because I have to be going and collecting a load of gravel for another job we have planned for during the week. So I know if I put it on there, it's probably some of it's gonna have to sit on or be manually lifted off, because it's gonna be small bags, and I haven't got my loader fitted yet, so I can't lift off the big ones. So I want to keep it kind of free. So what I'll do is, seeing it is raining, we'll make use of that rain. We get slurry in the field instead, and then on Monday we'll fertilise it. Bingo! Our first load. Well, I can't really mix this tank. There's not really much in the bottom of it. Mixer won't reach it. So what I'll do is I'll suck out a few load, blow them back in again, just mix it that way back and forth, because I don't really want it very heavy. I only want a kind of a nice watery slurry just to go across the grass. That way it won't really stain it, and the water will wash it in a lot quicker. I can already tell now that she's stuck on the bottom. You see the pipe starting to crease in, so I have to pull up a wee bit. That's better. Yep, we're sucking diesel now, or I should say. We're just blowing that back in. I think we'll only have to do it once, because there really isn't a whole pile left in the bottom of this. But it's just giving enough of churn just to get a good consistency there. And it just should be perfect for the fields. And you get to work without delay, that's what we want. that's it. We're motoring now. The first load of the day. 5 load will do the whole field, 5 acres in it. Not just take 5 load either. But it'll definitely do the world of good. This watery stuff works much better than heavy stuff. I've seen that for years and years and years experience. That it definitely takes less time to get into the ground anyway, and we get working an awful lot faster, which is what we want this time of year. In another way, I'm glad not to have to actually spread any fertilizer on it tomorrow, because tomorrow is my wife's birthday. I'm not going to tell you what age she is because I wouldn't be allowed back in my house if I did. But it's her birthday, and it's nice to get a bit of family time together. Farming and family time don't go hand in hand, unfortunately. I miss a lot of things. That's the downside, I suppose, of dairying especially. I miss a lot of things that are taking place. I miss football matches, camogie matches, things like that I wish I could go to, because I love sport myself, but it's impossible. Just the times always seem to be around that milking time. Sometimes I do make early, sometimes I make a bit later, but it's just always a panic one way or the other, so it's not always ideal. But it's nice to get a bit of time off. I know my kids are off there with coronavirus, and now they're summer holidays. They're out in the farm with me more often now. As getting a little bit older. My twins are 10, my twin girls are 10, and my eldest is 11. And there's only a year to the same day between them. So their 3 birthdays is on the one day. So that's Cavan Man for you. The one bouncing castle does the whole lot on the one day. So you swear I planned it. That's that load spread. Head back to the house now and get another one. It is just gone 11:15 in the morning, so we're not so bad. We've a nice little bit of work done this morning already. I'm a morning person. I love to get my work done in the mornings, because I feel after dinner, I don't know, I feel like the day just flies by. So the work I get done before 12 o'clock in the day or 1 o'clock in the day or whatever, to me is the most important time. I just like getting things done early. I like to get a good start in the day, and that way your day seems, I don't know, seems like it's been more productive. That's just probably me. But as I said on the way over, yeah, it is my wife's birthday tomorrow, and I can't tell you her age, and I won't tell you her age, but happy birthday, wife. But let's put it this way, she's older than me, so I'm her toy boy. Oh, I'm going to be in so much trouble when this video goes up. So we're on load number 2. The last video I done, I noticed someone just commented up, and it brought to my attention. I had no idea it was like that, but the drone footage that I took of the tractor, the case doing the topping, the music that was attached to that, it was way blown out. I don't know why. It was far too loud. It was all distorted. The bass was too high. It wasn't like that when I edited, but I do think I know what I did wrong. I was messing around with the audio, just trying to learn a couple of different tricks, and I think I might have turned it up accidentally, and that's because I'm pretty sure that's what I did do. I can't really fix it because I went into, there isn't a way of editing videos on YouTube, but I went into that and I checked, and there's obviously no way of adjusting the volume on it, unfortunately. So I have to leave it. There's no point in taking the video down. It's not that big of an issue. So hopefully no one busts an eardrum when they're listening to that one. Thank God it was only for a minute or 2, so it wasn't a whole drawn out, because if it had been halfway through the whole video, it would have took it down and reposted it. That's the only way I can fix it, but sorry about that. Something stinks, and it's definitely not the smell of the slurry. Oh, should have known. Bailey again. Bailey loves to go into our yard every morning, especially everywhere I'm working, and open her lunchbox, as I say, and I end up walking out every morning, and I just did it again, and now I went through the tractor and all. Ah, Jesus. Oh, it's stench. Open this back window, or maybe not. That's it. Round 2 begins. It is bucking it down now, so it is. Real soaking type of rain. Or is there any other type of rain? Ooh. So that tank's empty and I've only on my 3rd load, so I'm going to need another 2 load out of somewhere. I have 2 tanks that are still 3/4 full, so and the tank over in the other farm, where the new shed is, that tank is about 1/4 full as well, so we have enough slurry. We kind of want to keep that until the second cut's done. I know one of them tanks at home is pretty thick, it's 3/4 full and it's pretty thick, so what I'll do is I'll mix it. I'll put a few load out and then I'll top it up with water and keep topping it up until it'll get thinner and thinner, but I don't mind. It's better than no slurry, certainly better than no slurry, so I'll stretch it out and make it do as much as possible. But I have a tank then, just our dairy washes in the yard, but our dairy washing tank does collect the yard water as well, so there's a fair amount of the yard to be scraped into it as well, so there's plenty of slurry in it. I don't usually mix it because it only holds about 8,000 gallons of slurry altogether, so I just suck it out, blow it in, suck it out, blow it in, and do that a few times and it's good enough. I mix it about once a year probably, in the springtime, with cattle being inside. I do give it a full mix then, and that does it for the most of the year. Like, so we are done. That's nice to get that little bit of slurry out. That's about 5.5 acres done there this morning, and a few fields topped as well, so productive morning. It's just starting to rain again. Just had a little bit of a break. Camera's a little bit wet, sorry about that. I'm gonna put up a fence here for the night, get it all set up so it's already done, so when milking time comes I just have to bring them in basically and move the fence then for the following morning when I'm done milking. But I have to do a couple of little runs for my kids this evening, so my evening is more or less finished until milking time. So at least when we have the fences and things up, that's done. It saves a bit of time on rooting out when milking time's done. Probably talk about grazing and things later on. As I say, we're in this for the long haul. We're going to show you day-to-day things that are happening on our farm. I hope you're enjoying the stuff that we're putting up. Some of it can be interesting, some of it not interesting. It's just different strokes for different folks. Dawkins, yes, they're making a comeback. The bit of heat that came after the drought, there wasn't a Dawkin to be seen when the drought was here, but once the heat came and the bit of rain, the Dawkins have reappeared. As I say, these fields are sprayed constantly with forefront, and you'd imagine the Dawkins would be all gone. It's probably still in the slurry, probably coming in somewhere in the silage fields as well in the second cut, and then making its way through the cows. And so I don't think you'll ever fully get rid of them. If you reseeded this ground, there's seeds that could be there 100 years plus. They'll always keep coming back. You just have to try to keep on top of them. Probably end up spraying this field now, probably next week. If the weather permits, we'll start spraying again. Normally I'd have all my spraying done late April, early May, but this year I didn't get any spraying done. It was just way too dry when the time was presenting itself, and then now it's too wet, so I can't really do anything. So it didn't just suit. The sprayer hasn't been on the tractor a single time, which is really bizarre, because normally it'd have done a world of work for now. But anyway, it will go on. I know a lot of these are eager to see the Abbey sprayer in action. I know there's not an awful lot of them around, and I didn't actually go to buy that Abbey sprayer. I went to buy a different brand. A lot of people have asked me about that Abbey sprayer. It's really well constructed. It's really well designed. It's not perfect. There are a few little things that could be ironed out, very small minor little things, but we'll go through all that when we do have a proper look at it. So I'm going to set up this fence now. Just put the GoPro down here on the drinker and I'll set this up real quick. So my audience is coming to join me. We have Bailey and Hudson. When one comes, the other comes. Hudson is a bit lazy, got this last while, so but he knows Bailey's out with me. He comes up to join because he gets jealous, so the two of them have to come. All right, Bailey? Yeah. Yes. So I have a little tip for you for the day. Those of you that are strip grazing, I always like to share little tips back and forth, and if you have any tips to share them in the comment section. Loads of people love reading comments, and so do I, and I'm learning something from you every single day. But here's mine. So those of you that do a lot of strip grazing, The biggest thing is I see a lot of people tying on cords to the end of their electric fence, or their temporary electric fence that they're strip grazing with, and then tying to bushes and things like that. Well, this is the way I do mine. I get an old handle of a bucket, as you see there's there, straighten it out, make sure the two ends are corded, this one here especially, make sure it's closed, leave that one slightly opened, and then just put a cord from there onto your insulator. That way your power is not crossing into the fence. And then all you have to do is pick it up. You can hook it onto a fence, or hook it into a ditch, into a piece of a root of a tree, or anything at all. It's extremely handy. It's just a little tip. It's something that I learned on the farm that I used to work on. I thought it a brilliant, simple little brilliant idea, but it just makes moving the electric fence so much easier. That's my bit of rooting done for a Saturday morning. Just a typical standard Saturday morning. It's nice to get a few things just cleaned up for the weekend. I'm going down now to get my dinner and get cleaned up and do these few runs that my wife has put in place for me. But if you enjoy our videos, please don't forget to hit that sub button, give us a like, throw a comment in the comment box, hit that little bell in the right hand corner to notify you when our videos is up, and most importantly, enjoy your weekend, and we'll catch you in the next one.